Hey everybody, this is Okie Twister 66. Today I am in southwest Oklahoma at Mount Scott. You know, I've lived in Oklahoma for decades, but I've never made it down here to this area. So I'm excited to take this road. So stick around and let's check out the sights of Mount Scott, Oklahoma.
Hey, thanks for sticking around. So here we are in late February, and we've got a really unusually warm day. It's the middle of the week. I've had a ton of stuff going on, so I just decided to take a break, take the day off, go for a little ride. Since I live in far northeast Edmond, the ride to Mount Scott is about an hour and 45 minutes, mostly highway. Overall, it's about 110 miles. I decided to leave mid-morning so I would arrive Mount Scott around noon. And since it was midweek, there really wasn't much traffic, so that was a good thing. Mount Scott, also known as Big Mountain. It's a prominent mountain just to the northwest of Lawton, Oklahoma. Rises to a height of 2,464 feet. It's located in the Wichita Mountains near Fort Sill Military Reservation, and it lies in the Wichita Mountains National Wildlife Refuge.
Well, here I am about halfway up Mount Scott. What a view.
Now, 2,400 feet may not sound like a very tall mountain, but let me tell you, here in Oklahoma, it is as flat as a board. So anything of that height, it's definitely going to stick out like a sore thumb. The United States Fish and Wildlife Service is responsible for the maintenance of the area. Now, visitors can reach the summit by car, motorcycle, or bicycle. It's a 3-mile paved road. Now, some days, many days, hiking up the paved road is limited to pedestrian and bicycle traffic from 6 a.m. to 9:30. Mount Scott is also popular for its numerous rock climbing areas, and the peak was named in honor of General Winfield Scott. The Wichita Mountains National Wildlife Refuge, located in southwestern Oklahoma, like I said, it's just north of the city of Lawton, and Fort Sill is right there. So the proximity to the base means that the sound of artillery fire can often be heard by visitors and is sometimes mistaken for thunder. But on this day, it was a bright, clear day. Mount Scott often was used for artillery training and future Army survey school candidates in the World War II era. Living in true tar paper barracks before being sent overseas or for more training at other bases. Mount Scott is the highest mountain in the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge, and it remains the most well-known and regularly visited. The 3+ mile paved road that winds from the base to the top of Mount Scott offers breathtaking views of the surrounding Oklahoma plains. Mount Pinchot lies several miles to the west and is the second highest point in the refuge, being only 3 feet lower. Mount Pinchot is located within the Wildlife Refuge Special Use Area, which is reserved for wildlife management and closed to the public. From the west side of Mount Scott can be seen several prominent mountains to the west, including Elk Mountain, Mount Sheridan, and Haley Peak, which lies just outside the northwest corner of the refuge. Haley Peak is officially unnamed, and it is the highest point in the Wichita Mountain Range.
In 1,000 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
The National Wildlife Refuges protect vital landscapes and ecosystems that support wildlife. Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge is home to a whole host of animals, from large animals like the American bison and Rocky Mountain elk to tiny prairie dogs and colorful mountain boomer lizards. Refuge lakes and streams support plentiful fish and aquatic animals, and the varied habitats across the refuge provide places for over 275 species of birds to nest, feed, or rest during migration. The most visible native species are the herds of bison, elk, and deer. Now, while neither native nor wildlife, a herd of Texas longhorn cattle is maintained to preserve the cultural and historical legacy of this breed. These 4 species are the basis for the vegetative management on the refuge, as they are responsible for the vast majority of grazing and browsing. Each herd is evaluated to determine the number of animals which can be supported by the refuge due to the limited availability of food. As a result, minimum objective levels for each herd are set, which is the fewest number of animals allowed in each herd. These limits allow only approximately 33% of the grassland vegetation available to be used each year, ensuring that all wildlife will have ample food available to them at any given time. Also in the area is Medicine Park. It's known as America's cobblestone community for the round red rocks dotting the tiny picturesque town. Medicine Park, Oklahoma has a fascinating history. The Plains Indians were well acquainted with this quiet oasis long before its time as a colorful resort town that attracted celebrities, gangsters, politicians, and journalists. The cobblestones, an abundant native geological phenomenon of the area, are found in most structures and imbue the town with its distinctive look. Take a lazy stroll on the scenic trails by Medicine Creek or Bath Lake, dine in fine restaurants, or bask in the glow of the sun setting over the surrounding Wichita Mountains. I really enjoyed my ride down to Mount Scott. It was a fantastic way to spend a really warm and beautiful winter day. If you live in Oklahoma and have not been there, I highly recommend you go. And if you're traveling in-state from out of town or out of state, I also recommend you go. I think it's time well spent. I hope you liked this video. If so, please give me a thumbs up, hit me with some comments, and hit that subscribe button. This is Okie Twister 66 signing off. Until next time, have fun, ride safe, 2 wheels down.